And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for. What are you talking about? They're things that Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. What? All the evidence I had before... Received from Wright, he wasn't serious when he did this to me, was he? Which man can I received from Wright something about reading people's hearts. What utter nonsense. The hanging scroll... So, I received all the evidence from Wright. This is the first. He said there's some nonsense about being able to see in people's hearts with this. And the other... He couldn't possibly be thinking what I think, could he? I'm begging you. Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I got left. You're the only one that can represent her. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? What do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Iris is Siri, backwards. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Reggie, at least listen to our side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. So at first I thought that badge was given to Edgeworth because he was gonna get it, but nope. Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Lewis said that he might even die. Fortunately, he'll be fine. Larry, you moron, how could you even say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed. Thank goodness. But he's caught some kind of a nasty cold. A cold? He's running on high fever and drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Examine, move, talk. Iris. Pardon me, Iris, I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have a distinct feeling that you and I have met before. It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this normal that Iris looks better than me? Is that you? No, you're not commenting on the live stream. I don't know. Okay, first of all...
Well, it doesn't say star.
No. Is it normal that Iris looks better than me? I don't know what you look like, what you want from me, than the username here. So I can't really tell if, you look better or worse. After all, I have hardly ever leave Hezekota Temple. Hezekota Temple? What's that? It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power. Spiritual power? You go to the temple as well for the reason? No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them. In that case, what were you doing at the temple then? I have committed some sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm here, and why I continue to train to purify my soul. The night of the crime. I want to ask you about the last night. The night of the crime. Alright, I helped to clean up after the dinner and went back to my room at about 8. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out. Well,
Phoenix, right?
yes. Fell from the dusty bridge and currently hospitalized. Bell? Also, I'm working on a roleplay Discord server. I don't know why I brought it up, just did. We ring it at the same time each night. I see. And then, I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there. Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to? I was frightened. Frightened? So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened. There's more to her story, I just know that maybe I should dig a little deeper. Frightened! You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder. Yes. However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly are you so frightened of? Wait! There it is! There's a cycle. What in the world? Is there something wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing. It looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The Cyclocks. Cyclocks. I believe he said I need to present this Magatama item to do something. Ah, shit, I got breaker open! Which sounds like rape, but what the hell? No, don't joke about rape. That shit's too bad. bad. I'm talking mentally, not physically. Do you have any idea as to what really occurred that night? I think it was a result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed. Spiritual power? Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example. Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power. And yet you, for some odd reason, you saw the psycholox. Yes, I understand. Most people don't. And I am certain that the thing that killed the victim was human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise DX in him? No. I'm not the one who took her life. Those psycholox things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying. Heh. What's wrong? I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that it's all you can tell me. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you. Me? Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you. If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Archer, then I will gladly entrust my fate in your capable hands. But before that, I have one question. Yes. Do you know Wright? Why would you ask that?
Who's that?
White stuff. Whenever you come up in your conversation, you begin to act a little strange. Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you? He is a dear and indispensable friend. It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know that I'm a weak person, I am. That's why I thought it was best if I never saw me again. I want him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Miss Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, I promise. Very well, I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. Well, that escalated quickly. That's enough information gathering for now. Even though I didn't even bother with the Cyclops, I should head to the crime scene. I did not get enough information. She still has Cyclops on her. Okay. Oh. So this case is a long case. Dusky Bridge. And I can't spell today. Well, there goes the bridge. Broken and burnt and boarded off. The bridge at Dusky Bridge. It sure is cold, alright. So this is it, Dusky Bridge. Oh, wow! It's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. It's been about a year, or has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What matters is where you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch! And there is a sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyways, Mr. Edgeworth. Oof! Rip Dusky Bridge. Let me guess, you were transferred by HR to the local precinct. A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I hear you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way up here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe. He's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Why can't they just call him Richard? Great, thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot? Why can't I see his name on the list? Alright, what happened? I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple as it really does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here, on this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. The bridge. This is the bridge that Wright fell through. Yep, I can't imagine myself being that reckless myself. Look before you cross. This is how far it goes. You passed it at least. I think I saw it on there. What? Yeah. They leap, and there's something on the other side. Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. Someone was in the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard it from Mr. Wright. It's my fate. Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air is really turbulent right here, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's going to be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? The height of the bridge burned down anyways. We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning. Prosecutor Godot. What? So who is this, Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's the new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about that guy. What kind of a man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him before? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh. And, of course, my mom wants me to clean the house while she relaxes. Well, bye. See you on Discord. Bye! No grudge. That would be the cause of... And what would be the cause of the grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. I better look into this Godot myself. Lightning. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep. Last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
I like the way you say hi and bye. Hi! You go like this, like that.
So fabulous.
And then you go like, oh.
Let's try him. I see. This is a very detailed weather report I should look at. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow approximately 10. Lightning 10 to approximately 11. Okay, so snow occurred from 7 to 10:50. Lightning occurred 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusty Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire started and going out. Okay. What the hell? Magic bottle? What the hell is a magic battle? Very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. And even at the exact time the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, well, we got the information for the witness's testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Okay, I need to ask whatever the hell this is. Every day. Nope, you were got a nada. Alright, minigate. What am I gonna find? A snowmobile. February 8th, Hazakura Temple main gate. Yo, Edgy! What took you so long? I'm so cold, my brain's turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Right, it's going to be fine. And in case it is anything unusual. And if I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder... Hey, wait a second. Hold it! Objection! What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of a lame excuse is that? And when you call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's a Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet. I say it's more like sorbet. It's rather cold here. I arrested murder. Someone else did it. I just know, okay? So trust me on this one. Ever the romantic one, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. So, what do you have to say about Wright? Man, I'm telling you, ours is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think it so don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has made me highly concerned. Could it be the reason that you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I've seen cute girls deadly murder. I was right after all, I should have never come back. No, don't worry, I see things for how they really are. This time, honest. If I had a penny for every time you said that, well, technically, pennies don't exist in the future in certain countries, so... That saying is invalid. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much, you know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh. Forget it. I didn't say anything. The night of the crime. Larry, what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back to your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep. And hope your plane crashes and you die. I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Why? Why? As I suspected, Psycholox. I'm sorry, man. You know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. He does remember. He just doesn't want to say what it is. And my head hurts. Alright, what to do? Where to go? What do I do? Where do I go? Examine. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich. An invention? Yeah. A car that can travel on snow. I call it the snow car. So what do you think, sir? Will you go for something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. In other words, no. That must be the main hall back there. Brilliant deduction, sir. Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe? A brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir. According to the Wright, the head nun has some important information. Can't miss the opportunity to speak with her. The Jade Bell. I can see the bell tower from there. Hey, that just reminded me. There's something I've been always wondering about. Something tells me you're gonna tell me whether I like it or not. We call this person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings the bell a beller? Why? A truer for a guy who tells the truth. Oh man, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. I have no idea he was such a deep thinker. Why? It hurts my brain. This game looks quite old. Strong enough to resist the weight of time. That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. You got a real flair for a word, sir. I've always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance. That's exactly what I feel, too. Take this scope, for example. It's fine wine. It gets better with age. Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash the atrocious rag you call a coat, Detective. Wash that coat off, please, and thank you. Alright, you're not gonna talk, so I'm gonna go elsewhere. My head hurts. Hmm? I'll relax after this. And after an hour. 40 minutes left. Hakazura Ming Hall. There's Bikini. Sight. Hey, hello there. How are you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. Sigh, if circumstances were so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in bikini. Well, you have found her. Now what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. Ha ha ha! If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Wah ha 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 ha. Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly where your salary keeps on getting cut. Nah, my stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first I want to hear what you know. The night of the crime. First, I'd like to ask you one thing. Well, last night we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, there's no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Ha! I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, brother, for a different reason. Oh, you got the chills pretty easily, didn't you, Mr. Edgeworth? What you saw. Alright then, tell me what you saw, exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11. Ah, no! I can't say it, it's too much for a poor heart. Hey, come on now, ladies, let's go on my time. I saw 2 people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see the criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. What? Iris was a deadly hurdler! You must have been in quite a shock. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It must be like when you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of the courtroom and happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds the same, but I saw what I saw. But when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed and then I passed out. Unfortunately for her, her testimony seems pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. The return. As a head nun, your duty was to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know they may look strong, but the truth is I've got a bad lower back. Bad lower back? Yes, especially bad in the winter, so bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. Just wanted to take a nice hot bath beneath my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone. Don't be ridiculous, I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I better try to get some more details. The acolyte! So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course... Special course? It's a training session where you have to sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over and over at the inner temple, do you? No, no, no! Of course not. You don't have to worry about that in a little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of this. Do you know this small girl? I believe she's Mrs. Maya's little sister. Maya had a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl. That's Maya's fake cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mystic at least after we finished the dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all my fault, the stupid old creak old back. A little girl who was in the victim the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. Alright, I'm gonna have to ask about whatever I saw. About Iris. Say you went to my training temple last night. Do you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 bell for the lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then? Even though she testified saying she didn't. Why? Of course she did. Iris was all being a obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. What the hell? But that doesn't fit with Iris' story at all. She said that she never went to the inner temple. As I say, the plot thickens. Why? It's all my fault. I made my stupid back. Miss Murder acolyte trapped, and the little girl's been lost. You know, they really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma. Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think. Maya, she's a very important visitor, you know, an honored acolyte. Honored? How so? The Fey name is synonymous with the curing channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed. Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of curing channeling technique. Detective, I detest talk of supernatural dribble. I suppose you'll know what... You'll say she has midichlorians. Star Wars joke. Ho ho ho! It gives me the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? That's got nothing to do with it. Alright, pearls! Oh, this poor girl. Where could she have gone? Well, we checked her home and she's not there. And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either. Which means there are only a few other possibilities as to where she could be. Ah, do you think she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream? Why do you have to be such a pessimistic detective? I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ironic, I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you. Okay, at least Dioxun. Oh! How could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. Oh, come in, lady. Quiet! What do you know anyways? Ouch, you're scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours, too bad you weren't the one that disappeared. Why does she have to take it all out on me? Her anger did seem a little manufactured. Alright, is there anything else I can look at? Can I look at stuff? Ooh! I think I can look at stuff. A note! Under the straw packets. Orange, that cushion in the corner. What's this? A white piece of paper sticking out from under the stack? Beats me. Why you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Redruth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah! What is it, Detective? This could be it! An ultra super important, a super special clue! I suppose I should read it myself then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. It sounds like a blackmail letter. Found Heavenly Hall. Maybe she dropped it? Let's go in there, Mr. Redruth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor, a super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Okay, the teapot in the middle. Oh, that's not a teapot, that's an altar of the giant Magatama enshrined. There are lots of candles lined up. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for that. Mr. Redruth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me? No! Stop that! Cut that out! Please don't blow out the altar candles! You frickin' useless scumbag! There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls. Man, I bet you'd have an awful nightmare if you tried to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil persons from entering. So if I sleep in the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman wouldn't hunt me down for all eternity? Alright. Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? No. He doesn't. Oh, it's a warm cat box! But where are all the cats? It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room. Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees. Those are the type of Zabuton cushions called Enza. Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Redruth? Why? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, Detective. Because you are undereducated. So far past the point of emotional patience. That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. It's a lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls. Huh? This is a lesser? What does the greater one look like? The greater Magatama is to play in the main room of the Fey Manor. It's supposed to be shown in the treasures of the great current exhibit. But it was so large that they couldn't bring it through the doors. Okay. So I've already gone through all the options. Courtyard. The murder scene. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really going to defend the nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will give her my word and I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I better be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, Detective. I'll just keep your mouth closed out, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, Detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? Okay. There's a magic staff over to the left. Why is that? And there's a shoe print right here, but I can't examine it. Postbox. It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about that lighting up a fire. At the end of each month, I always relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How did you know? Alright, the staff on the floor. What's this? Looks like a wizard staff. That must belong to the victim, Miss Elise Deoxynum. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Actually, there is something strange about it. The magic ball is missing. Why? Oh yeah! Listen, this is just between us, sir. Yes? What? This is the top secret stuff. Don't tell anybody about this. Alright. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it. The staff was made from the very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Was there any on it? Just the victims. Very by Elysium, when she was alive, has her fingerprints on it. Okay. Sled. Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with the hard-boiled image. Well, what's with the silence, Mr. Richards? Is the world starting to go mad? Yes. Yes, it is. The main gate must just be over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Now, the cram scene. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon. It sure is. It's actually the Shichishito. By the way, nasty piece of work. Shichishito. Shichishito. That's what it is. Chichi is actually 7 in Japanese, so I don't know what Shito is. So 7 means the 7 branches. Nasty piece of work. There's still blood in it. Supposedly the victim's blood. Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shichito too. Fingerprints. Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon? Shit. What's wrong? You look really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? To go against the odds and somehow explain her fingerprints are on the murder weapon and you're defending this person. How the hell can you pull off shit like... How the hell can you pull this rabbit out of the hat? Yeah, I figured it doesn't look really good. To be honest, it feels like more like a detriment to your health. Shishito has the victim's blood and the suspect's fingerprints on it. Alright, that's it. I gotta use the washroom. Okay, use the washroom.
Wait, are you pausing the...
It'll still be here, don't worry. Nah, live stream's still going. Get back. Okay, let's get back to the live stream. Pasta? Wanna have leftovers? Alright, hold on a second. So hungry? I'm gonna have the one pot in a bag. Okay. Let's get back to this. Turnabout Witch. Yep, I gotta talk to you. I haven't even talked to you yet. Why the hell haven't I talked to you? The victim! The victim is a famous picture book author, Miss Elise Dioxinum. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age that you can still find people like that. The estimated time of death for the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from the stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing, yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. Bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a two-story building. A two-story building? That would be about the same height as the room in front of us, correct? Hey, that's right. Way to go. It happens to be the room that Mr. Lake's staying in. Maybe she was pushed out the window after she was stabbed by the sword. Huh. Let's see. Time caused loss of blood. After that, body fell 10 feet after death. So the bruises are post-mortem? What happened? Now then, detective, let's see if you can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay! Let's take a look at this map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. At 10 p.m. after ringing the bells up, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Kazeta Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? Like more information about the place. Tomorrow's trial! The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember our face even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once, there's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stinkster? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. I chose the judge and I chose the prosecutor? Shouldn't everything be in my control? Wow, Mr. Richworth, I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull. The inner temple. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposed to be training at? According to the Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of the Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of the bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing. The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island up there. So the only thing out there is the inner temple. And here's the kind of... not a kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. I gotta move and groove and get my ass together. Alright, have you seen... this? This here? Nope. You are not gonna call on anything. This! Nope. You wouldn't know about that, would you? Okay. I think it's about time I go back to the detention center and question the hell out of Iris. She knows something. I know. Actually, I don't know. Ah! February 8th, Hazakura Temple. Okay.
Hey, that's 2 days before our birthday.
I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. Maybe his heart was shut tight with the number of psychoacts. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. Move to the suspension bridge. Can I look at stuff? So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross. Pretty reckless if you ask me. Remains he survived the fall from up there. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he managed to win his case in court. Blind luck. I think dumb luck suits Wright just a little bit better. The phone. Looks like pretty good distance to collect. Yeah. It's gotta be around 100 yards or so. Detective, that's not even close to 100 yards. Well, I gotta admit, it's pretty good at judging distances. About 20 yards or so, and impossible to cross with a bridge, it seems. Some letters are widely engraved in the Dusky Bridge. It certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see, read it wrong. No, sir. You're the one that needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time. Ah! You're right. It's Dusky Bridge after all. I guess whoever wrote this made a mistake. or whoever wrote this, made the right decision. Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of those anymore. That's true. Since we got one here, why don't we take a photo as a memento? Well, sure, why not? Oh, darn it, I don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir. What's so special about public phones, and why is he so fascinated by them? This Heavenly Hall. There's a little shack down there that's called Heavenly Hall. A shack. It's like a rundown doghouse for losers that can't bear the word freezing drifts of wind. Kind of reminds me of my apartment, sir. Name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime in itself. I call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles. That's not such a great name if you ask me. Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. Okay. I don't have much water, but you got water. Had water. Okay. Are you okay? You okay with me having water? Mm-hmm. Alright, detention center. I know I'm gonna have to look for whoever it is. Center, visitor's room. Save it, always, because you never know. Mr. Richard, I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that Iris, please remember. I'm on your side, you can tell me everything. Yes, thank you. Okay. The Inner Temple. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened yesterday. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Diaxon with the sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yes, Sister Bikini says that she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I can find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psych locks. Okay. She's got contradictory feelings. And I got contradictory evidence, so... Take it back! This is how it goes. I gotta find a weak spot. I was frightened.
Also, I should take a banana.
Yes, because it's doing something bananas. Since I've been handed this case, it's my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand? Yes. Where? Here? Okay. A smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in the whole new light. In my years of court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear I already told you that. Yes, you say you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this where you were frightened so much you couldn't even leave your own room? Note to Iris, found in the main hall. There's something I must talk to you about waiting for you tonight. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. It is a blackmail letter, so take that! Yes, got it. Found this in the main hall is addressed to you. Ah, that's... Well, Iris? Why are you going at me like that? You were scared the blackmailer wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Ah! Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? I have the power of Chuck Norris. Literally, there's a video on YouTube where Chuck Norris kills a man by looking at him. I'll show you later. Oh well, I don't suppose it matters anyway. But, Mr. Richard, yes? I thought the letter was just playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yes. After all, even if it did have a secret, there's no one to tell it that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may have not anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Who was it? Okay, I don't know. I gotta choose one. Who was the person that she didn't want? It wasn't Mr. Wright. You, okay, process of elimination. She doesn't know Dick Gumshoe. She doesn't know Godot. She has no idea who the hell Pearl is, so those are cut out. Maya, I don't think there's any relationship between her and Maya. Bikini, no. You can't choose yourself. Can't choose her. There's at least one person you didn't want your secret told to. Who? The real question is, who wrote that note? Either not the Gumshoe, it's either Sister Bikini, or Larry? I'm gonna go with the guess and say Bikini! It is not Bikini. I freaked up.
Her name is Bikini?
Yes.
Like bikini.
Yeah, her name is Bikini. Okay, it's not Bikini. It's true that there is a deep-seated darkness, however, the only way I could get rid of it is to fully uncover the truth. You mean the truth behind my secret? Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Whoever...
Why? Why would you name somebody bikini? It's like...
Whoever made the game.
It's like naming somebody lingerie.
It's a Japanese game, so of course a name like that is just typical. Okay, so it's...
Dildo.
Yeah. So, it's Larry. Yes? No! I shit again. Dang it. It's not Larry, it's not Bikini. It's the truth behind my secret. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret. However, whatever it is, there is one person who you didn't want your secret told to.
Wasn't this game made in Cali?
No, it was supposed to take place in California. It's actually made in Japan, and it takes place in Japan. Okay.
What I thought was that this game was made in California, and it's supposed to take place in Japan.
Uh-huh. Okay. It's not Larry. You! Ah! I somehow figured it out. Phoenix Wright. Why did I think it was gonna be Phoenix Wright?
Do you want to hear a pun?
Go ahead.
It's a really bad one.
Do it.
Phoenix Wright, you are right.
Not good enough.
Yeah.
I've heard worse. Okay, so why did I think of Phoenix Wright? Because... I'm gonna take that outside.
Take it outside.
Outside. Do it. Take it outside. Take it outside.
Hey, can I call you back?
Alright, I'll explain in a second why I thought...
Okay, Dad. I'll call you back.
Alright, goodbye, daughter.
Goodbye.
Okay, so the reason why is because Phoenix Wright, the last time they met together, like, whenever she talked about Phoenix Wright, she acted strangely. And whenever I asked her what her secret was, she acted strangely again. So there's a bit of a connection. Ah! You mean something to the right, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, deep secret. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. It worked. I got it. I figured it out! Okay, recovered and good. Frightened, because you were scared of Wright. Why are you scared of Wright? After dinner, this letter, as I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? There's a small mountain shack at the base of the Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? There. It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down the Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no other choice but to cross the bridge. But the thought of that was such a criminal could be lurking in the heavenly hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it. So this is a secret that you locked away in your heart. Yes, it looks as though I may have to visit the heavenly hall now. Maybe I'll have to find some of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim that you never left your room that last night. Yes, that's exactly right.
The look you're giving me, like that look.
Ring lights out at what? Rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. Am I reading this right? And was then in her room until the murder was discovered. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you I will win. I'm gonna win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. Should I present a profile of yourself to get that answer? You want to know so much about me, there's not much to tell, I'm afraid. Just let me get one thing straight. You were raised at the Hazakota Temple, correct? And yet somehow you seem to know Wright. So you two must have crossed paths somewhere. No, Mr. Edgeworth, whoever it is, it couldn't have been me. What is that supposed to mean?
She's 25? I thought she was older. Because of the gray hair?
Miss Wright, how bad is this cold? Well, his fever is very high, he's rather confused, he's worried about my eyes, trapped in the interval, he's quite worried. Really? Yes. Naturally, he's the one who covers the rest of it's on him. No, don't. I'm sure that Mr. Wright wouldn't want that. He won't want to defend me. Okay, I gotta think of something. What do I gotta think of? Who is she talking about? I'm trying to think. I can't think properly. So, I presented this. I don't know about me. Yet, so I seem when I cross the path. It couldn't have been me. What is that supposed to mean? It couldn't have been her. But what is that supposed to be? Okay, who's the other person that crossed paths with her? Dahlia Hawthorne. Alright, should I get back to the bridge? No? Was I supposed to question her on something? No? Oh, let's go back to Heavenly Hall. Oh, well, never mind. What the hell is this? Heavenly Hall. Why is Larry on there and why is Iris on there? Hey, yo! Hi! Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh?
I like the way you say hi.
It's still better than the view from my apartment, though. Tisk, someone's here. Hide yourself,
You
detective.
say hi in a very cloud-like way.
I'm like, hi!
You sound like a cloud.
Okay, why? What does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away.
Hey! Whenever I find...
Even I chased one of them to Japan. Next, it's going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal it. Someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself.
Hey babe, I found another husbando next to Elliot.
Okay.
That one.
Okay. Larry?
Mm-hmm.
You'd rather go with it, Larry.
Because he's crazy like me.
Okay, he started talking to himself. Shush! Be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done it. I blew it again! Done what? Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! Hello, you said. I've got an objection! What, Edgy, you dirty rats! Glare. Gumshoe, you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. Because he wants to be like Phoenix Wright. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the G's up. What have you got to say for yourself? Heavenly Hall, Iris, then the crime. What is this little shack of it, anyways? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. Why are you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place, sir. It's artistic. It's quiet. It's cold. It's got no power. And it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds like a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure. Sounds a lot like this dilapidated house. No one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So I can get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Iris, listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the way look in her eyes. She's got this I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. frick. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want to marry her or do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is the guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we want to know the answer to that, we're gonna have to drag him out of the witness stand. The night of the crime. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Aw, man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be the ladies' man like me. Okay, chill with those scary eyes, I got it. If you really want to know last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible. Yeah, figures. Yeah, but let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? No! Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he real out? You like the pasta?
No.
Okay.
I just don't like you.
What's that?
I love you. You're so lovely like a cloud.
Take that!
Such a cuddly cloud.
Ah, shit, I forgot to save it before I did it, but what the hell. The night of the crime. Alright, now you're gonna tell me what you saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Itchy? Okay, I'll talk, huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like that. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping, not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in my face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There's still 3 cyclops remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? What? Where are you? You say? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? He was not in his room. As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem is, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? It's possible for you to have seen the lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your own room. Because there was a huge mountain blocking the path. So, take that! There's a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of the Hazakota Temple. What am I looking for? I think they should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees and impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? How about what? It looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice, so I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then where were you? You don't know that. I wasn't in my room, so where was Larry and why was he there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let me test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning strike Dusky Bridge was from here. Heavenly Hall, because it has his face all over it, so take that! The place you saw the lightning bridge was from naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would it be hanging out in this old shack? Why would your face be on that old shack? It's freezing cold there, there's no electricity and it could fall apart in any minute. You said it was something you like. How do you know that anyway? How do you know that there's no electricity after all? It's not even dark yet. Ah! Uh-oh. In other words, you just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I'm impressed. Gee, you're a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me. Now, where were you doing this? What were you doing in this local shack thing? That's what you call affaire de corps. I think you mean affaire de coeur. Could it be that you were waiting for someone? Uh-oh, no! You really are the scary guy, you know? I believe last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Who the hell was he? Larry was waiting for... come to Heavenly Hall. So Larry was the one that wrote this message, and it was addressed to Iris. So, take that! There's only one person you would wait for in a horrible place like this. Larry, I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for is... Iris! Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the huts for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her, or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. The blackmail note. Note to Iris, so take that! Here's your evidence. You called her to the spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey. Give that back! You're harassed, embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyways? That's not important, I misjudged you. Larry, what do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh! Oh! First of all, what's this top of the letter? It says salutation here. Well, it looks like what it says, letter writing for dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris. Wah! I'm so sorry! And that's how I broke through his lies. Bam, I didn't even need to save it. The night of the crime! So why were you in the Heavenly Hall last night? You were here in the Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? You saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag threatening a young lady like that. Gulp. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you that. You tried to scare her by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly that melted all the snow in this mountain. That's not love. You don't say. I will tell your secret. Oh, then what is this secret you mentioned? Come on now, Itchy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Okay. Obviously, she didn't want her... Actually, I gotta use the washroom again. Dang it! I'm sick and tired of whizzing like a stream. 1 second.
Look at my cloud, always raining.
Okay, I gotta turn the CD back on. Alright?
Yeah.
Getting back to the livestream. Alright.
My so wet.
Yeah. Wash my face. Okay, where was I? Okay.
You're looking like a cloud.
Okay.
So that you were-
Fine, I'm your cloud. Now, she wouldn't want old Lady Bikini to know about that, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. Alright, why don't you send a love letter in your business-like manila envelope? Give me a break, it's not my fault that I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh. Then why are you so quick to apologize, pal? It's because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it? That's all those huge locks were all about? I don't understand why you're so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you should expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said a minute ago. if you really want to know, last night I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry, what? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're gonna tell me, Larry, one way or another. I already told you, didn't I? I saw a lightning strike, Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now I think something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night, something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide something from Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Ah! Oh my god, 5 of them! Shit! No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you so glaring at me like that? Like I'm next to being hit by a bolt of lightning. I just had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Oh my god, he's hiding more bullshit than a bull that shits. Okay, should I keep going? I really want to find out what happens. You wanna... Actually, let's just keep going for now. For another hour and a half. I want to see if I can get past the trial part. Then I'll take a break and have something to eat. Then we'll watch Orange is the New Black. And then you know what. Okay. Yeah. February 9th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Oh my. Mr. Lorries feels that way about me? Apparently, he isn't aware of your secret at all. There's no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not, and not in any case. Whatever it was that you saw in the night of the incident, I'll drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Lewis is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one thing. It really wasn't you who killed Mr. Alicia Oxenham, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed... Don't worry! I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris, it is a prosecutor's job to tell people. But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people. And to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. February 9th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 7. So I am playing as Edgeworth. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakota Temple. That's the same judge that was in the last case. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I am not sure I like the blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem that this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant... no. Of course, Van Karma. The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Francisca Von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred Von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I am Von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? I'm almost certain I have seen you somewhere before, or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you're imagining things, Your Honor. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There's no such weakling as this man among those in the prosecutor's office. There, isn't it? Ah! I told you there's no such weakling. What is that, a whip? I'm not sure I care for such thing in a courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip at... I have no objection to the whip. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still one truth, that is, I stand here to prove today This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix right here today, but looking at you now, maybe this is all I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. And he's like, well, I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Well, let me add to things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Ah! The stage is set, now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma, please give the outline of this case, with as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is a famed picture book author, Miss Lee Diexenum. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene. The courtyard where Elise Diexenum was murdered. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to a crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. It's almost like Cody. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. I'm not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. Nope, she can't stand up at all. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for a back pain plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of the Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. The eyes on him. The eyes on him. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Wah! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with luxury in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? You need to get your bikinis into twists. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. Wah! In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place in the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movement that night, eh? Oh, figures, the whole Canadian stereotype. The night of the murder. Witness testimony. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So, I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hazakura Temple. There's no bathing in the temple, so you see I needed a long, hot soak. I was afraid after I had finished, just as I headed back, that's when I saw it. You care for this? Okay. So it was simply a coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed in the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's one problem with this testimony I can't see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. I don't know what to do. I feel like I pulled a John Tron, where he's like, I get it! And then secretly, he's like, I don't get it. That night I was helping an acolyte with their training in the inner temple, but hold it! What was this inner temple? Well, you see, conversing with the spirits as we train our people to do, right? We'll be the ones asking you that questions, madam. In order to do that, a place strong in the spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across the dusky bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with this process? It is all quite exciting. It can't be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled brat child studies. A tutor with a whip, in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple where the murder took place? Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. Hold it! Violently. That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. You can't hold anything heavier than a knife and a fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training. Wahahaha. On the night of the murder was this fabulous back of yours hurting again. That's right, raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I thought it's a bull in a china shop, but okay. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off. So I left Iris to help the Acolyte and returned to the temple. Hold it! You left Iris to help. With what? What do you think? The Acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter our training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the Acolytes so that they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again that night. You met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She never once failed to follow my directions. There's no bath in the inner temple, you see, and I need a long, hot soak. Hold it! So you return to the Hazakura temple in order to take a bath. My back is to blame for everything. It's do or be done in kind of world after all. How long were you in the bath, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know it's on your mind. I believe your next question is where exactly did you wash? Nope. And this is why you have to watch the young ones. Where are you going on? Gah! Pathetic Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of the low. Is there some sort of kick me again sign stuck to the defense's bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from the post for too long, you understand, so... It was after I had finished just heading back, that's when I saw it. Hold it! The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding way which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was a pure coincidence the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setups in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There's indeed one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then it can be given quantified. Just how good this witness's memory and the observational skills are. Did I miss something? But what? Oh no, soak. That's when I saw it. Okay, so I already questioned this part. That's the murder she's implying. Helping Acolyte with the training, but back acted up finally, so I left Iris to help the Acolyte and return to Hakasakura Temple. There's no bathing at the temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak. And after I had finished, just when I came back, that's when I saw it. I don't know. It's hard for me to find this. Saw it. No. That's what she saw. Saw what? I don't know. What am I missing? I'll try it again. Hold it! Murder took place in the courtyard. In other words, there was a pure coincidence. I feel like one thing out. If you can clearly point out what it is, then it can be good to quantify. Just how good this witness's memory and the observational skills are. The night I was helping an Acolyte training in the inner temple, but my back likes to act up. Something about it. It's nothing to, as you can see, my back likes to act up. Yes, that's not in question, so I left Iris to help the Acolyte and return to the Hazakura Temple. There's no bath in the inner temple, you see. I needed a long, hot soak. After I had finished, just when I was heading back, that's when I saw it. She saw the murder. Saw what? What did you see? What am I objecting? Courtyard where Miss Elise... I'm stuck. I don't know where to go. I need to think of it as like a concept. Okay, a long hot soak. How long is a hot soak? Okay, let's think about this for 1 second. Iris was supposed to go to the inner temple at 10, but she didn't go. After I finished this when I saw it. The crime. What was the crime? That's when I saw it. The crime that took place? I feel like if I frick this up, I'm gonna screw it up. Lots of blood, stab in the back, body filled. Death. So she saw the crime. But how? So she saw the crime. I feel like there's something I'm overlooking. She saw the victim being stabbed in the back. I saw it. She saw the crime. Body fell after death. No, she didn't! Shit. Dang it! I freaked! I frickin' freaked! Again! Where is it? After everything back. There's no bath. The inner temple, you see, I needed a long hot soak. I was heading back, that's when I saw it. Am I gonna get ripped on for looking at this? So I left Iris to help the Acolyte in return. That's when I saw it. And I'm gonna look at it one more time because I feel like the crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from the room to the main hall, you have to take a winding way to which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was a pure coincidence of the crime scene. There's no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There is indeed one problem with this testimony, if I can clearly point it out. Where's the problem? Just how good observation skills are. Something an acolyte in the inner temple. I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, so I left Iris to help the acolyte. Where is the contradiction? I'm having a hard time. Alright, let me, Cult magazine, take my pupil, ring the bells out. Ah! And then was in her room until the murder was discovered. So I left Iris to help the acolyte. Okay, so this... There's no way you could have had Iris in its helper because... Oops! I frigged up. Left Iris to help out. And... Gentle. Never once failed. I left Iris to help the acolyte and return to Sakura Temple because this part of the testimony... Iris' testimony, so... Objection! Yes! I finally got it! I finally used my noggin! Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. Yes! I did it properly! The defendant's fate rests on their powers and observation and memory after all. Well, well, don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. A woman of faith after all, the head honcho of the Hazakura Temple. You said that you met her at the inner temple and left her there, but that's not the case because she provided testimony that says she never left her room. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something to me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No! She said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? Either or. So what? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. No, but that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make it a better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She did indeed have honest eyes. Ah! All people lie, that is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Well, technically Edgeworth was whipped before, so... Anyway, neither the witness or the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me and you want to play that game, don't you? Oh, well, it isn't exactly what My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. And I will need to be extra careful next time. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that that alone would do the trick. And please add your comments about to Iris about the testimony, and let us return the cross-examination. That lady was helping us exactly checked up. She in the inner temple. She checks exactly She came to the inner temple. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. No! No! Why? Because she gave this to Wright, so... Objection! Fine. Witness, let's get one thing straight. Defendant whom you claim to have met. She was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course, that is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wahaha, wait a minute. Why do you have it? Hold it right there. Why do you have that? Because Wright had it. That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that the hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rang out. What? What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the Iris she saw would have been missing this very hood. Well, well, well! It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order in the court! Wah! Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spare one? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. Stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh? Each knight is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. This is quite strange. Wah! If there was a surplus of hood, then she could have worn one of those. But why? Why go for a surplus? There is no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in my human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? While I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are spreading in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. After my bath. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard, and I took a look, and Iris was... Oh, Mystic Elise! And with that sword of all things... Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room which faces out in the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. What? You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much more like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name, can't you do something about that habit of yours? Okay. I have an idea on where to go with this. I have one small idea. But I will go and press every single comment just to be safe. Finish my bath around. I thought I should return to the inner temple. Hold it! How far is it from your room to the inner temple? Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps to find. But it takes about 50 minutes to Dusty Bridge from Hazakuta Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge. Still, you never made it back there that night, did you? That's right. I was heading along the main hall. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard, and I took a look and... Hold it! You say you heard a noise. Thump! Just like that. I could have been the sound of the victim falling. It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Thump! Just like that. But then, couldn't this noise you heard been falling snow on the ground? I never thought of that. Wahaha! Ho ho ho! Wah! The next one to laugh gets a whipping. Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and... Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things. Hold it! This is the second time that the witnesses testified to seeing the defendant. But some doubt remains in these claims. Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're good at looking young man doesn't give you the right to. The murderer who stabbed the victim with a sword. Just beginning, try to recall exactly who you saw it was, clear as you can. Well, you're a handsome young man, so all three of you. Oh, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that had been bugging me all this time. Please, don't keep us all in suspense. Her hood! Her hood? That's right. It's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she gave that hood to someone, right? Ark! Ha! You dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony really important? It is. This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I'd like to add these new statements to the testimony. Miles Edgeworth, if you want to hang yourself, you need only ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip. Witness, add that testimony statement to your testimony. No problem. I feel like that's not gonna go anywhere. Didn't have her hood on. Standing in the corner, which is in the courtyard, the stabbing must have occurred after she was pushed out of the window. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of the window. Okay. Didn't I just say something about this earlier? The body fell 10 feet after death. So in other words, the fall was post-mortem. She wasn't thrown out the window and then stabbed and killed. She was killed and then thrown out the window. So, objection! Impressive logic. That's what I like to say, anyways. Actually got it. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. And so is mine, especially when it hurts so much. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you please be as kind to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah! That's right, it says after death right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim go and take a 10-foot fall? Ah! So the victim was killed and then thrown out the window. Order, order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in a room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. She must have been thrown out of the window into the courtyard below. Nope. Were there any signs of a struggle in Mr. Diaxonum's room? She was stabbed with the sword. That would leave a blood stain. Wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Wow. No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. So it wasn't in the room. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. However, if there were... Ow! I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I am sure your Honor is well aware of when the stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood, very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood was be lost from the body, that must have been when the blade was removed. Indeed, with that weapon still in place, it acts as a lid on a wound. That's true! With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all the contradictions. Order, order, order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska Von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from a witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. You do that to yourself. The weight of the winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially in my back and in my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once you're finished here. With the whip. Oh, boy. Alright, alright. Further detail. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Miss Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me. That's when I woke. Mystic Amy was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strives for nothing but perfection. Putting together such fast is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Francisco Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Okay, got one frig up. But at least I can continue and make it work. Okay, I'm still thinking. I have to think. I looked at the sword sparkling in place. Hold it! At the time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all of this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood then. I'm sure you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on very one point. Did you actually see this instant in which the victim was stabbed? Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Miss Elise. Hold it! Think carefully, this is very important. It's Iris we were talking about here. I'm thinking it all in worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Miss Elise's body. I think... it might not be inclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in the room and dropped in the courtyard. I think it proves rather well, Miss Miles Edgeworth. I've never seen so much blood before. Hold it! So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right, some of it splattered onto Iris too! When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What?! The clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seemed quite inconclusive to me. What should I do? Press further. Going back to your previous statement, you said you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed, but now you're saying you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I say that I saw what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw that girl pull the sword out of her. Plain as day. Pulling the sword out. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, more like came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. I feel like I need to look at this. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm just going... hold it! Smoothly. You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out. That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Amy. Mystic Elise was on the ground, and Iris stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. What? Buried up to the hilt? When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out through Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from the gaping wound. Ah! Goes without first saying, if the sword were removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that there's something about this testimony that's very out of place. There's something which I couldn't possibly explain. Something about this part. I saw the instance in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Okay, let's not assume this is true. Let's ask the question. Can a sword like that be smoothly pulled out? No. It does not look like a sword that can be smoothly pulled out. So, objection! Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I like to think that, but there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witnesses claim to have seen. The weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. Doesn't look like it could be withdrawn smoothly. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone with the hilt to the hilt with this? With Matt, no matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough to do that. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble? I, too, may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose. Women as being weak, not a good argument. The objection stands up a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body, up into the hilt, well, let's just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when the blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of all sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to be completely to stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shishitsu up to the hilt. But how? There's blood at the tip, but not blood up to the hilt. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and still sometimes stop the blood loss. Not good enough! I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. You still got more? This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust in all the way up to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Ah! If the witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword! No! Order, order! Ah! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth! Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could have maybe managed one, if that. What does that all mean? A few proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the shishitsu. It was something much simpler. What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made this sword was a murder weapon? Well, it's because Mr. Kami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on that, it is only the basis that we assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong that it was influencing us. It influenced us to believe that the shishitsu was a murder weapon. It was... Ugh. Order, order, order! What? So maybe the shishitsu was not the murder weapon. Even if that's the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. Well... If the shishitsu is not the murder weapon, even though her fingerprints are on the weapon that's not the murder weapon, then maybe Iris is innocent. Sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with the sword-like object. Nope, she didn't. Nope, she just previously testified that she didn't see the moment of the stabbing. The response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, then I'd like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? I feel like I need to save it. I don't know why, but I just need to. Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if the sword-like object was found. Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of the kind was found. You're saying, so what? It's not that murder weapon, but you can't produce that murder weapon. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. Trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was, it was just over there. What exactly are you going on? A boot here. The murder weapon, I mean, maybe. I think I might know where this sword was disposed of. You what? Well then, I think we need to hear a testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible! What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Oh god, I'm taking a gape. Location of the weapon. I saw the weapon at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it would be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon on the Eagle River into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away this time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape with my back and age, you know. Quite. There are indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in the front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Tracks photo. That solves our pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it didn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? No. Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Oh, my head hurts. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I can see my vein popping up here. Location of the weapon. You said you didn't see the moment that she was stabbed, only when the blade was taken out. Hold it! You were sure about the time? Yes, I was worried about it after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11 I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Your estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister. And after asking to be reported, I went out to the main gate. Hold it! You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right. The one who trampled me. It seems she's the type to hold a grudge. There isn't a phone on that main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only did I carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyways, I was really scared, and it was taking a while to get back. So I thought I'd go up to the main gate for a spell. And there I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Oh... My brain! My brain! It's been taken to its limits. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Yes, but... Hold it! As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain the snowmobile was out the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the main gate. So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. I'm not sure if this is really relevant. Press further. I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it warm at that time? Huh? What? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Ah, I see, I never thought of that. That's right. I really like that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't have to go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it. Curses! It seems highly likely the killer did use the snowmobile, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? It takes 15 minutes to walk to this bridge and less than 5 minutes using one of those. Hold it! In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why that question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowball, happy as could be. I fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch, just like that. Crunch. Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to ride anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. They threw the weapon in Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Hold it! Refresh your memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using a snowmobile. I have to concede that there's more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? Iris could have done that. She could try the snowball after all. Hold it! While it would have been possible time-wise, one element remains out of place here. Oh, and what would that mystery element be? The killer's reasoning. Your Honor, why did the killer do all this? Why go to the Evil River to dispose of a murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Carmen? Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you go think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Unlikely, there's surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. The only problem is, I don't know where to poke holes. It hurts. Taking that night for main gate. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. Wait. I have an idea, but it's hard for me to think. Snow has occurred approximately... So it snowed from 7 to 10:50. Saw the murder at around 11:30. And after after asking the reporter, I went to the main gate. So the murder was at 11. There, I saw tracks indicate the snowmobile was used. It takes 50 minutes more. Could have done that. She drove a snowmobile. Oh my head. It's reached its absolute limit. After asking, I saw the murder at around 11. So, assuming the murder would have taken... after asking the reporter, I went to the main gate, and there I saw tracks. Tracks that indicate that the snowmobile was being used. Okay. Let's look at the picture one more time. Tracks have been used. Yes. But there's only one set of tracks going to the main gate, not out. So I'm gonna be very extra safe and save it, and then yell out objection. Nope. Frig. Tracks is in multiple. Okay, I need to think a little harder about this. I saw tracks that indicate the snowmobile has been used. Takes long, but less than 5 minutes with one of those. Maybe they threw it and came back while I was knocked out. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. That would indicate that there would be 2 sets of tracks. But there's only 1 set of tracks, so... Objection! Yes, I got it! Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so badly. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you looking at your homework?
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts. Because this game is logic. You gotta...
What are you doing, babe?
Trying not to hurt my head. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable. It seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then there there's only one set of tracks. What do you mean? Iris left Hazukoto Temple, threw the weapon in the murder, and then river, and then returned. If this was the case, then there naturally should be two sets of tracks in the snow. From those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. You were forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now does it? No it doesn't. No it does not. Why? Because the murder happened after 11. And according to the weather reports, the snow stopped at around 10. I see. While I was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just to return to the tracks. What do you have to say, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in our theory? This idea that snowfall covered in once, there is a contradiction. The weather reports! The tracks of the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Will you care to explain? Why is there a rooted index finger currently pointing in my general direction? No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned to Dr. Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow, or so claims by Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. We're not covered by snow. Uh-oh. Did I frig up badly? What if I present the weather report anyway? Take that! Oh, I did it. Witness, please. It was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On top of that, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for the Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report. Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11, the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after the time to have been covered up. Ah! Order! Order! Very well then, it looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Wah! It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Oh, my head hurts! Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is this weather report ever correct? Oh, of course, when is that weather report ever correct? Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Yeah! Forecast data, all weather reports have inaccuracies. It may have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11. It's true, we cannot be truly sure. Okay, so let's say the data's wrong. How do we know for sure? Wait. Wait. I knew! I know this... Courtyard where at least it's occurred... This is it. This is my proof, and I'll show you why in a second. What? How did she pull that off? It had stopped snowing as the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. I've come so far, there's no turning back. Very well, I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Here! And ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether or not it snowed or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of this crime. Y'all see... as you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception. The victim herself. And that is... the victim herself, Miss Alicia Exenum. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. Yeah. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be 2 sets of tracks! Darn! Oh! Oh, my head. Mom. Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I am not... I don't know either! I don't know. I try to suggest it to make it work. I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what the facts point to. And someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakota Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusty Ridge. At the time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakota Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the train tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? Oops! There's only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night of the question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in a room after the murder, which can only mean that Iris used a snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point more than I get the chance. Snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge.
How are you feeling?
I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna end the live stream because I'm tired. I'm gonna get a one-pot cooking. And then we're gonna watch a little something. Okay. Alright, break time. End the live stream. My head hurts. I need to stop it. Thank you very much, whoever joined me. I will see you another time. Hopefully tomorrow.